Coming back a little, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, I don't know. We were down 500 on the Dow, now we're down 300. The Nasdaq, though, still down 300 points. Scott Shellady joining me this morning. All right, Scott. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says China wants to bring the world's economy down. It seems like the U.S. and China have almost open hostility over trade. No quick solution. How do you see it?
Well, I think he's right, and this is what I see. I think America is like a Saint Bernard puppy dog, right? We think everybody wants to be our friend. We're this big, fluffy, lovable animal, but China does not want to be our friend. Stuart, think about it. All summer long, while we were trying to hold their hand and keep the lines of quote unquote communication open, because we're working on these deals, these tariff deals. Remember, we had 3 students at the University of Michigan, Chinese students, that got caught coming into this country with biohazards that could kill all of our wheat and our corn. And then shortly thereafter, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, while we were sitting at the table with China, they moved all their sorghum business from the U.S. to South America. They are, if you just look at their actions, they're an adversary. They're not a friend, and we should call them an adversary. And we should stop pussyfooting around and think that we're ever going to be friends with these people. They don't like us. They don't want to give us one more dollar or one more wang on their money that they have to. And we need to come to that realization. I understand the open lines of communication. I understand you're going to have to deal with them because they're big. But the faster that we can get most of our business out of their hands, the better, because they are not ever going to be our friend.
It's painful for us, though. I mean, look at this market retreat. Every time you get a flare-up in the China trade war, you get a market retreat. That gives them leverage, doesn't it? This is painful for us.
Because you know what, we've gone after the almighty dollar so bad that we have probably, I don't like the way we've now invested in China. It's going to be hard to decouple financially from them with the stock markets and different stocks that are listed. Yeah, I agree with you. That's going to be very, very difficult. But we can't continue to go down this path of getting taken advantage of and let them do what they want to us with their single goal in mind is to overtake us and think that we're going to be able to be friends with somebody that's trying to overtake us. That's the problem. And so these ideas that we're going to go into China, they've got the most people on the planet, we're going to try to make some US dollars. Maybe you need to rethink that stuff, because you know what? It's going to be hard to retrace and retract once that relationship falls apart. And by the way, it's falling apart. And it's not just Donald Trump, because we get a lot of things. We've seen this with the agriculture for the last 6 or 7 months. They haven't bought one soybean from the U.S., and they used to be one of our biggest customer. And so they've been telling us through their actions that they don't like us, they don't want to be friends with us, and they don't want us to do well. And we need to call it out like it is. I don't know who I'm frustrated more with, China or the Democrats with this ridiculous shutdown.
I want to get to silver. We don't mention it very much, but it's up 67% this year. It's doing better than gold. It's at $50 an ounce. That goes all the way back. I was there in 1980 when the Hunt brothers tried to corner the silver market and moved it up to $50 an ounce. Where's this thing going? Has it got room to run?
Well, you know what they call it, Stuart? It's the debasement trade, the dollar debasement trade. With Western economies out there doing a lot of what the U.S. is doing, when we print money, we don't care about our debts and our deficits. We're losing confidence in those dollars. And so you're seeing all the Western countries get this same problem where people are going away from monetary modern theory, the MMT, where you can print until your head caves in, and they're starting to hedge in these metals. I mean, look at, I think platinum's up 80%.
Yeah.
We got palladium up 67 or 70%. Silver, again, like you just said, and gold up over 50%. All of those things are the beneficiary of people not trusting Western governments that don't want to get their debts and their deficits in order.
Ouch.
That's the problem. It's called the dollar debasement trade, and it's going to go on.
Scott Shellady, that is serious stuff. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. We do appreciate it.